Alright, YouTube, welcome back. We're moving on to part 6 of our Let's Play of Mars Warlogs. Just got done defeating, as you can see here, a crew of guys. They were harassing some of the mutant population in the game. We decided to jump in and stand up for them, and these guys caught us going into this area and tried to jump us, but as you can see, they're a little worse for wear. It was a tough battle sequence. Actually ended up, I don't know, I had to try to fight these guys and that dog probably like 6-7 times before I actually beat them. The only thing I regret is that you cannot take their weapons. Like, they have these kind of cool knives that they're using, which looks a lot better than the kind of the tube that I attached that leather handle to. So there's not a realistic loot system, I guess is what I'm saying. The loot system does have its realism, but it also has its flaws in that you know, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the guy who's knocked out with the weapon in his hand, and I can't take it from him. So that, to me, it would be nice. But the game does provide a way to upgrade items. You can see here some of the other guys I beat, they've got kind of like a cleaver style weapon there, and the guys, when you beat them, they're literally laying there for I don't know, apparently for the duration of the campaign, I guess. So they never get back up again. And this is our buddy Doc Food, who's a veterinarian. We got the samples from the sick dogs, and we'll see where this takes us.
Here, I have the samples you need. Hope you can find a cure.
Not easy to find a cure with this type of infection. But we can make a vaccine for the other dogs. Come back and see me later.
Alright.
Okay. So we brought him the ingredients.
Hey, you really think I just waved my magic wand to do this kind of analysis? Stop dreaming, buddy. Especially as I have to do it in the kitchen with all this shitty equipment. I need a bit of time.
Alright, take it easy. I'll come back later.
Okay, so we've got all our pieces in place for that quest. And we'll just go to our war log here. Looks like there's a guy, J-E-Y-J. Who I believe we have to talk to for the cistern access.
Tell me, Jay, you know if there's a way to get to the cistern?
The cistern, huh? You're thinking of something. You looking to stock up on water?
Maybe the question's just rhetorical.
Well, there you go. So I'll answer rhetorically, too. If somebody who's not you wanted to enter the cistern, he'd need an official pass from the boss himself, or he'd get shot 2 yards from the entrance.
And if this person wanted to go there unofficially?
Then there's only one way. Go across the mushroom field and have the balls to get through those fucking moles. Of course, to do that, he'd also need a key. The kind only the guards at the sentry post have, seeing the entrance has been closed after the infestation.
So that person would have to find an understanding guard, like Bob, for example. Thanks for the tip. All purely theoretical, of course.
Let's see if he has any other info
Actually,
here.
I just wanted some information.
I knew it. I knew it. Come on, give, man.
That's it for now. Thanks for the tip.
Okay, I don't remember exactly where this Bob guy was, but I can see him on our map here. And I think we can go around this back way and get right to him. As always, guys, interested in your questions, comments. Haven't had many yet, but a couple of people have chimed in with questions on the game. You know, if you guys do leave a comment, I will respond promptly. Don't forget to go to my my channel. I've also got a simultaneous with this one. I have a Stalker Let's Play, which is really interesting game. Didn't get much like this game. You know, kind of just flawed gem kind of game. This is a diamond in the rough but the diamond's kind of rough type of game. But
hey,
nonetheless, it's good.
What do you want?
You don't look so good.
Yeah. So you understand? I want to be alone, right? Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
I dropped something personal in the cave. A memento of my parents. Pisses me off to have to leave it down there with those fucking moles.
You know, I can get in trouble helping you with this. Anyway, take this note. It should get you in.
Okay, so it looks like Bob was actually the key to more than one quest.
And you said yes right away? I hope you know what you're doing, Roy. Anyway, it's true. It's a lot quieter right now down there. Here's the keys.
The mechanic's looking for reels and copper wire.
Hey, listen. I don't know anything about that shit. I grew...
Our first,
vegetables back home, so mechanics...
First little glitch there. The game kind of locked up. We have to get him to talk. So we went from being Roy the P.O.W. guy to Dr. Frigging Phil. Now we're gonna get him to open up. Find out what's really going on with Bob the guard. If we can, we'll see what we can do here.
Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
Bare Knuckle King never gets old, does it?
You don't want to talk about your problems.
Listen, it's all real nice, gotta admit. But can you tell me how it's any of your business?
You're one of the only ones we can talk with here.
Yeah, I bet. But as for worrying about me...
You're not gonna need persuading, are you?
I'm fine. So if you're bored, go for a walk. Anything. But get out of my face, okay?
Does that constitute opening up?
Hey, the Bare Knuckle King. What do you want?
You don't want to talk about your problems.
Listen, it's all real nice, gotta admit. But can you tell me how it's any of your business? All right, but not about me, okay?
And? You were saying?
Huh. Got nothing to tell you. It's just horrible here. Always the same stuff to do. Always the same ugly faces. Middle of this fucking desert. I'm bored to death. First I get sent to the front. Then here to watch over a bunch of guys. I never asked to be a soldier. Okay, I make some money, but it's not like I can spend it here. What's it good for?
Wife back home, maybe?
Yeah. Things were good, just the two of us before the war. We were even thinking about having a kid. And then, really gets me, not being with her.
You could get a pass or something. Maybe you could get transferred.
Obvious you're not abundance. No such thing as passes. If I get sent anywhere, I'll be sent to the front. And I've seen my share of what's going down there.
There's gotta be a way.
Yeah. If I was to get declared an invalid, it's the only way.
I don't know how it works where you're from, but in Aurora, a guy does that and gets caught, he's a goner.
Here too. But they can't stop me from thinking it, right? I haven't done anything wrong yet.
If you could get out of here, you could go back to your wife.
You crazy? And be on the run the rest of my life?
Hey, listen up. I'd rather not have to repeat that kind of thing. I'm thinking about escaping by taking the train.
Whoa.
You insane? And I guess you want to go back home. What would I do there?
I don't think we should be telling the guards about our escape plan here.
I've thought of everything, and once we're out of here, we can split up on a shadow path and you can go back home. After all, we're closer to your place than ours.
Your idea is absolutely insane.
If you could get back to your wife, and you'd never have to stand guard in this rat hole again.
That's... Shit, you're crazy. But you're right. I think I'll go with you.
We're getting everything we need for the escape. When the day comes, we'll set off a diversion to keep your buddies busy and get out.
Okay, so it looks like we've corrupted Bob the guard. He's now on the road with us. Gonna be joining us once our escape plans are ready. Maybe he'll even be a resource for us at other parts of the game. I'm not sure. And it looks like we did gain some experience, and we've made it to level 8. Not sure how beneficial this has been for us, but we are going to stick and stay with our renegade theme here. And I guess staying with the P.O.W. theme, we're going to stick with the bonus to rear attack. Really interested in getting this technomancy tree opened up. I'm not sure how I do that, but that seems to be a big theme in the game, that these technomancers are the ultimate authority, kind of the ultimate power. And I like special effects. When you're picking skills, I always like to get things that have status effects where you can kind of... And that's taking us to the drill area. And we'll head back into the crater area here. Says we're getting more and more kind of deeper into the game. The story of the game intriguing. I mean, it does. It's kind of this tension building all around this powder keg of a P.O.W. camp. As we make our way around, we're making preparations for our escape, and we're being attacked here. Oh, another mad dog. Whoa, face him. It's interesting though, the dogs aren't very aggressive. And just as I say that, oh, I got a critical hit there. I do like the slow motion for the critical hits that kind of, you know, identifies your hit as a critical. So, you know, when the game, it doesn't have the...
But that dog used to be so friendly. What's wrong with it?
You know, it doesn't have the numbers that are kind of crunching as you go. But it is nice to see to be able to know when you've scored a critical, not just by the enemy health meter going down, but also, you know, some little visual on the screen. Kind of reminds me of the Fight Night game series. When you dodge the punch at the right time, things kind of slow down for you to be able to get your...
Come on.
Nope, just kind of gives him basic commands. There's no permadeath for him. I've seen him go down before, and he does get back up and stay with us. So there really wouldn't be any reason to leave him behind. And it looks like the drilling well is here, but there's no way. There's no way for me to call the elevator and get down into that area. We'll see if maybe there's someone else I need to talk to.
I have a written order to come here and go down to clean.
Show me. Shit, nobody tells me anything. Give me that note. I'll be needing it. Take the elevator.
Alright guys, we are in. Headed down back into the drilling well. We were down here once before, ran into kind of the queen of the moles. And we're gonna see if we can find ourselves some weapons for the big escape. So I mean, the game, what it really amounts to so far is kind of this gritty prison film that's set in a future cyberpunk Mars. The good thing about this game, or at least what I find so interesting about it, I'm gonna go ahead and save here because I've been taking a beating in combat so far. One of the things that I find interesting about this game that's really a lot of the time is the case with good sci-fi is that the sci-fi setting is in a sense incidental.
They say a mole queen attacked the Temple Master's disciple, and he was mad as hell.
See, one-on-one, the enemies are fairly easy to beat. I say that as I get nailed. Oh, the sand attack works. The blind guy hit me. Come on, I get hit by the blind guy? Alright guys, we're gonna wrap up this episode right there at the point where I'm getting groggy, to the point where I'm getting knocked out by the blind. Probably time to give it a rest and get back at it another time. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I was getting to a point about this game right there. And actually, I think I'm going to keep going just so I can finish this point at least. I was getting to a point about this game and what good sci-fi story contains. And the story of this game, the thing that impresses me about it, is this story could probably stand on its own without the sci-fi setting. Oh, and we can see there that guy, we got the power that helped us wound them. But I was making a point that a good sci-fi story can stand on its own. It doesn't rely on its sci-fi setting to be a good story. And even with this game, if you took it out of the sci-fi genre and put it into a fantasy genre, say a more world like Skyrim or Dragon Age, the story still makes for a good story. POWs trying to escape, trying to escape the prison condition. So, and these characters could be, in a sense, so they didn't come up with a, cheesy, sci-fi kind of just hackney kind of story. They really did come up with kind of a solid story, and like I said, some of the voice acting is not the greatest. There are some issues with dialogue. But they came up with some good characters. And they put some good characters and engaged them in a good plot. Using the serum extraction syringe, Roy can drain serum from his defeated victims. Extracting serum is released into the victim and will affect Roy's reputation. After battle, press E. Okay, so now we have a... I know I'm probably going to disappoint some people out there, but I generally do not go the bad guy route, so I'm not going to be necessarily milking guards and inmates. This prison theme really takes away from some of my commentary here. Just doesn't go over too well. But that is what they kind of did here, and I think that's this game's strong point. Is it does have some interesting characters, and it has an interesting plot. And then they really capitalized on the interesting characters and the interesting plot by creating an interesting game world and making an interesting setting for the events in the game. A lot of the story in this game is presupposed. The technomancers, for instance, are the powerful characters in the game simply because that's the way it was in this game world before the events of the game started. So you're not shaping the world around you, so to speak. You're really kind of someone who's traveling through it, someone who's visiting this game world. It's kind of like how, and it's just kind of puts you in the same dynamic as the lead character Roy, who's kind of, in this situation temporarily. His goal is to get out of it. So, well crafted story, I think, and I think that's going to go down as one of this game's strong points. Gameplay, dialogue, different little things that maybe didn't come off as well as what you would expect from, say, a AAA game, but plot, story, setting, characters, I think well done. So, as you can see, we've got some more enemies ahead of us. You guys are going to have to tune in to the next Let's Play to see how I take these guys out. So I will see you then. You guys have a good night.